Whose story are you living? I mean, literally right now, in your actual life. Whose plot are you following? I ask because I spent 10 years living someone else's story before I even realized I wasn't the author. Let me tell you about the morning that changed everything for me. I was standing in my kitchen, same kitchen I had stood in 1,000 times before, making the same breakfast, packing the same lunches, about to live the same scene I had lived on repeat for the last 10 years. Here is what it looked like: wake up, get kids ready, send them to school, go to the office, come home, cook dinner, get kids to the homework, finished my chores, work till late night to meet deadlines, sleep, wake up, repeat. Same lines, same blocking, same ending. Over and over and over. And I suddenly had this thought: I'm not living my life, I'm performing it. Like an actor who has been handed a script and told, this is your role. Say these lines, hit these marks, and don't improvise. And the worst part, I didn't even know who wrote the script. Was it my mother or my culture or that magazine I read when I was young, that distant relative, or that Instagram post? I had no idea. I just knew one thing: I cannot expect a different result when doing the same thing over and over. That morning, standing there with a spatula in my hand, I realized I wasn't the author of my own life. I was just a character in someone else's story. And in that moment, I felt something I hadn't let myself feel in years. I yearned, not for a different life, not for an escape, not for someone to rescue me. I yearned to be the hero in my own story, not the supporting character, not the person things happened to, not the woman waiting in line for her life to begin, but the hero. The one who makes choices, the one who faces challenges, the one who transforms. And I realized I couldn't remember the last time I had let myself want that. Because wanting to be the hero felt selfish, arrogant, like I was asking too much. But standing there in my kitchen, I let myself feel it anyways. I yearned to pick up the pen. I yearned to write my own story. Let me ask you something. Have you thought about this before, ever? Whose story are you living? Not in some abstract way. I mean, when you think of something to say and then let it go because you feel you are shy, did you ask yourself, who told you that good mothers don't want things for themselves? Who told you that your job is to be small so everyone else can be comfortable? Who told you that asking for what you need is selfish? Whose voice is that in your head? Who wrote those lines for you? Because I'm guessing it wasn't you. Whose plot are you following? The plot of waking up, serving, sleeping, and then repeating. The plot of sacrifice, shrink, smile, make yourself smaller so everyone else can be bigger. Who decided that was your story? Here's what I want you to do right now. I'm going to give you a few situations, and you think about if those apply in your life, or hypothetically, if you were in those, what would you do? So, one, someone asked you to do something, and you could feel yourself about to say yes, even though you wanted to say no. What would you do? Another one, you had 20 minutes before you needed to pick up the kids, and you could either finally eat something that wasn't their leftovers or squeeze in one more task from your list. What would you do? Another one, your partner asked what's wrong, and you could either say nothing, I'm fine, like you always do, or tell them the actual truth, I'm not okay. Now I want you to ask yourself, in that moment, did you respond as the character in someone else's story or the hero of your own? The character who always says yes, the character who always puts herself last, the character who always plays it safe. Or did you respond like the author, who chooses consciously, who experiments, who asks, what if I wrote the scene differently? There is no judgment, just notice, understand your underlying reactions. Because here is what I discovered that morning in my own kitchen. I wasn't the author, I was the character. And the difference between these two, that's everything. Understanding what is the difference between being the character and being the author was life changing for me. So let me show you. An author has three things a character doesn't. Number one, they have agency over their state. A character reacts while an author chooses. So let me give you an example. When standing in the kitchen again, about to make dinner for people who won't appreciate it, a character would say, I'm tired. Nobody helps, but I'll just push through. But the one in author mode would say, I'm noticing I'm being resentful right now. Why? Because I'm choosing to do this alone when I could ask for help. What if I rewrote the scene? What if I said, I need help with dinner tonight? Who is available? Number two, authority over their story. A character believes the narrative they have been given. This is just how it is. I have no choice. This is my lot. But an author questions the narrative. Wait, who said this? Who said this is how it has to be? What if I rewrote the scene? What if there is a different way? Number three, access to different modes. A character is one dimensional, a tired mom or a good daughter, a woman who always says yes. However, an author is multidimensional. She can write herself as the warrior in one, the creator in another, the lover, the magician. She has range, she has depth, and she's aware of it. Which one would you choose? The character keeps reading the same lines while the author rewrites the scene. The moment I realized this changed my life. And here is what's wild. In the previous example, the dinner still needs to get made, the life still needs to be lived, but the energy is completely different. One is survival, other is authorship. Now I can already hear some of you wondering or disagreeing. I have tried to change before, but it never sticks. Of course, it didn't stick. It takes practice. Rome wasn't built in one day. In the beginning, you might change only a small part of your story while still playing the character mode in other parts of your life. You are still taking the pen back, just one scene at a time. One of the areas I struggled with the most was this thought: who am I if I am not just responding to what everyone needs? Because here is what nobody tells you about becoming the author. You don't even know where to start because you have to stand up to people who care deeply about. You don't know how to face the people you love when they realize you are not following their script anymore. Remember, it could be that mother's voice: after everything I did for you, this is how you repay me? Or your partner's voice: you are changing. You are not the woman I married. Your friend's voice: you used to be so easygoing. What happened to you? And here is the hardest part: those voices, they're not always out there. Yep, they're in our mind, in here. Those voices are merely our own echoes going in our heads. When you become the hero in your own story, you might have to stand up to your own internal fears, the ones that sound like expectations from the people you care about the most. They are your own fears projected out as expectations. So when you pick up the pen and start rewriting your story, you're not just editing dialogues. You're facing the terror that the people you love most might not like the new character you were writing. That was very profound for me when I first experienced it. That they might not want the hero was just my thought. But actually, in true reality, the people who loved me, the real me, they did adjust to the new story that I started writing. And the people who only loved the character I was playing, well, they were never loving me anyway. This is for you because you are here, because you are ready to stop playing the character and be the creator of your own story. You are here because you are a phoenix. And phoenix moms don't rise from the ashes by accident. They rise because they chose to rewrite their story and be a hero in their own story. All right, the next time you get a moment, pick a place. It could be your car, your office, your room, wherever your scene usually plays out. And I want you to try this. Step one, notice what role you are playing. What lines are you saying? What character are you performing? Is it, I'm so tired. I have to do this. This is just how it is. Just notice. Don't judge. Number two, pause. This is the moment for you to remember I am not just the character, I'm also the author. Take a breath. Step number three, rewrite just one line, just one. And here is where you get to choose. What line do you want to rewrite? Maybe the old line was, I am so tired. Would you rewrite it as, I am noticing I'm tired and I'm choosing to rest for 3 minutes? Maybe you could rewrite it something like, I'm tired and I am going to ask for help. Let me know in comments, what would that new line be for you? And I'll see you the next time.